It is the middle of the night right now. I just woke up covered in sweat, finally broke a fever that I've been dealing with for the past couple of days. Really, really nasty virus. And finally, I'm feeling better. And there is something at the forefront of my mind that I feel like now is an appropriate time to share because I've never really publicly spoke about my Bitcoin journey. When I originally learned about Bitcoin, when I started investing in it, and I think there's something that you will be able to take away from this story yourself. First thing I want to say, if someone's been into Bitcoin from the jump, I'm talking about 2011, 2012. I mean, if you had the vision, the courage, the willingness to explore uncharted territory, to join a community, to have conviction and be able to take part in the network, mine, hold on to your Bitcoin, be a part of the movement that empowered the individual, you're freaking amazing. Even if you didn't hold Bitcoin throughout the whole time, but you were just a part of it, thank you. Because it is you that really shaped the way of the world today. They say that the best way to predict the future is to create it. And whoever Satoshi was, whether it was a person, an organization, a government agency, amazing what he, she, or they have done. But what is really special and how it really came to be is the early adopters that believed in it and wanted to make it happen. Because if it was just Satoshi, it would be nothing. It's those early people that we really have to thank for the world of crypto today. So when exactly did I discover Bitcoin? It's actually a really interesting story. Let me set the time for you. So it's middle of January of 2015. It's around my birthday. In 2015, I was still in grad school. It's a local college, Montclair State University. I was going for my MBA, just about finishing it up, supporting myself through it, working through it. I hate debt, so I was always staying afloat and paying it off, busy with a lot of work, a lot of schoolwork, and a tragic part of my life because my mother at the time had stage 4 lung cancer that then spread to brain cancer, and we all know how those stories end up. But yeah, that was a very tricky part of my life, and I was dealing with a lot. And I had a friend over that I invited to play ping pong. I set up a ping pong table in my garage. Ping pong, tennis, been a really, really big part of my childhood growing up. And so I set up a ping pong table and I was just inviting a lot of friends over, slam ping pong balls around, talk about life. There's this one kid that shows up, friend of mine, runs an IT company, brilliant, brilliant kid. And he starts chewing my ear off about these decentralized peer-to-peer currencies, starts talking to me about Bitcoin, the history of it, why it's going to be the future. He starts talking about mining. He himself had actually mined earlier on in Bitcoin's journey, and he amassed a healthy amount of Bitcoin, and he was chewing my ear off about it because back then, if you ever met someone in 2015, 2014, 2016 that was into crypto, I mean, everyone that they would share this technology with because that's really how you spread the actual movement, how you get people to join the community, how you get this revolution to happen, this financial revolution all over the world. There had to be basically the equivalent of crypto Jehovah's Witnesses. They were just going around trying to educate anyone that would listen and introduce them into the world of crypto. And obviously it helped if you were into cryptography, if you were into coding, if you understood technology, if you were a geek, a nerd, that obviously helped a lot. And so me being a healthy skeptic by nature, I started to try to poke holes in the story, in the narrative of this Bitcoin. And he had an answer for everything. It was actually fascinating. And it intrigued me so much and it piqued my interest that I spent the next couple of days studying Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I remember there was a site called Bitcoin Talk. During those times, there was like forums. You had exchanges. Believe it or not, Coinbase was already around. I believe it was Bitstamp, Kraken. There were some other cryptocurrency exchanges as well that you can actually easily purchase Bitcoin on. And Bitcoin in the middle of January, I remember this like yesterday, when I looked up the price, it was around $210. Now, I didn't have a lot to my name. Again, I was supporting myself through grad school, but I had about 1,500, 2,000 that I was seriously considering investing in Bitcoin. But I decided not to. I was just too busy with life, too busy with other things, and I just decided to ignore it. And it is so interesting because it reminds me of the quote by Gandhi that says, "First they ignore you," right? These are the first people that got into crypto, and people were just like, what are these people doing? Wait, you're running a computer all night to try to solve complex mathematical puzzles, and so that you can get this fake currency, this digital currency that you can't even do anything with? This is a ridiculous idea. Then they laughed at them. They said, this is a bunch of fringe video gamers. These are people that are collecting the digital version of Pogs. They are wasting their time and, by the way, a ton of electricity that they have to pay for. Later on, they fight you. We saw that with the governments, with the regulation. We saw that with different countries making it illegal, shutting down exchanges. We saw it with hackers trying to destroy and steal all the Bitcoin and destroy the exchanges, and some of them they were successful with. And then eventually you win. This is the quote by Gandhi. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. And so phase one in 2015, I ignored it. And then closer to the end of 2015, beginning of 2016, I actually chuckled at it, but I was still interested in it. I was following it a bit. I was learning more about it. And then the end of 2016 is when I really started to invest in crypto for the first time. Now, I want to point out, realistically, I was not ready to be successful in the world of crypto, because if I had bought Bitcoin in 2015 when it was just $200, and let's say I put $2,000 in, you would think that if I kept it to today, 10 years later, that $2,000 would have 500x'd. I would have made $1 million. But the reality is, I would have never held Bitcoin for that long. I know myself. And in 2015, if I put in $2,000 and it turned into $20,000, I would withdraw it and feel like I made out like a bandit. That is the type of mindset I had. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. People think of those people that were in it even from the jump when Bitcoin was just a couple of pennies, and they think, wow, they're quadzillionaires. No, they're not. You know how many times that Bitcoin has exchanged hands on the way to it being $100,000, which it is today? Many, many times. That friend that I told you about, he 10x'd his money and also withdrew almost everything. He doesn't even want to discuss Bitcoin or crypto these days because he feels like he really missed out, because he didn't just have $2,000 online. He had tens upon tens of thousands of dollars. And so one of the reasons that I'm encouraged to share this is because I know that there's so many people out there that are looking at the world of crypto and really feel like they missed out. Or maybe you were a part of the journey of Bitcoin even, or Ethereum back in the day, Litecoin, XRP, and now you're feeling like, wow, I completely missed the boat. I'm the worst investor ever. I suck. I should have listened to my convictions. This is extremely hard, even for people that are neck deep into this, like me. It's still really, really difficult, has been throughout the years, to know when to lock in profits, when to hold for the long term, when to go in again. It's a very, very tricky space, and it takes a lot of mental strength and courage to stick to your convictions and hold out for the long term. I also want to point out that it's not just crypto where you could have had these 500x returns over the past 10 years. There are many investments like that that come up every year or every other year. If you think of early Tesla investors, they made a tremendous amount of money. If you think of the NFT market, if you think of the pandemic when all stocks went so low, look at what Penn National Gaming did did. It like 200x in a couple of months from its low during the pandemic. Look at what Carvana has done in the recent year and a half. Palantir, there's always opportunities to make a great investment. Look at AMC and GME. The first time that there was that short squeeze, some people made tremendous amounts of money. So if you missed out on the opportunity to make these crazy 500x, 1000x gains, just keep doing research. Stay in the markets. It doesn't mean that you have to continually invest. Just pay attention to the new thing. The best time that I have learned to invest, and I've been investing in stocks since I was 19. I did well for myself, and I've been investing in crypto ever since around the end of 2016. And I could tell you that the best time to invest is when a project or an investment is still seen as really weird. The potential isn't really seen by a lot of people. Now, at the point in time when everyone's saying, this is going to be a great investment. This is the future. This coin, this token, this stock, it's definitely going to 100x, and everyone knows about it. And the smart money is involved. The really dumb money is involved. Naive money is involved. That's really not the type of investment that's going to get you that 100x, 200x, 500x gains. It has to be something that you catch really, really early, and it has to be something that is still seen as weird. People are still unsure about it. Those are the times that you could really take a risky bet and turn it into life-changing money. And by the way, money, some people say it can't buy you happiness. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. If it can't buy you happiness, it can most certainly buy someone else happiness. Money is an incredible tool in this world. It could fund your passions. It could enhance your zest for life. You can change the lives of so many people, and you can really have an influence, a positive influence. Those initiatives you care about, the charitable work that you wish you could do, you can do all of that if you have a heavy enough bag. I don't care if it's a bag full of crypto, a bag full of fiat, a bag full of gold and silver. If you have that heavy bag, you can really revolutionize not just your life, but the lives of others. And so keep paying attention to different markets. Do not give up. There are still opportunities in crypto. This is still a young space. And I can tell you, because I talk to anyone I can about crypto, most people don't understand anything, like the bare minimum. Some people can't even spell crypto. You're still early to the space, so keep researching projects. Due diligence is the way to riches, more so than just getting extremely lucky on some sort of meme coin. Due diligence, research, becoming a subject matter expert in what you're investing in is so important, because then it helps you hold on to your belief system, hold on to your conviction. It helps you form a very strong thesis. And if you know a lot, small picture and big picture wise, then when different situations arise or the news changes or something pivotal happens, you know how to rework that thesis and whether your convictions should actually change as well, and should you change your position with it. So with that being said, I just wanted to share my story because I spotted Bitcoin when it was really low in value and in price. And if I pumped just a couple of grand, I could have completely changed my life and probably that of other people. And with the money I made, I would have probably made other smart investments and I would have been crushing it. I would have had a YouTube channel probably in 2016 just talking about Bitcoin and crypto, and I would have been one of these people that hopefully didn't turn into a shill and started deploying and promoting meme coins. But at the same time, it's a regret that I definitely have. But the best thing you can do with regret is allow it to fuel you. Any negative emotions you have from a loss of money or a loss of opportunity or not taking advantage of something or knowing what could have been, any negative emotions that comes from that, don't just ignore that. You got to put that into your motivational gas tank to fucking crush it moving forward. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if you don't have a lot now. It doesn't matter if right now you're thinking of yourself as I'm a loser. I keep losing. I keep losing. If you stick around long enough, I'm telling you, you start to become a winner. That's just how life works. It's in phases. The chart of life is crazier than the chart of crypto. So if you're experiencing a downturn right now, don't worry, because I am sure that that chart in your life is going to have a really positive exponential slope at some point. And if you're riding the highs, or if you're someone who's into crypto early and now you're absolutely crushing it and have more money than you even know what to do with, kudos to you. You are the winner. In that beautiful saying that I mentioned, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. You, my friend, are a winner. And if you were early enough in this space, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you helped to create crypto. It was people like you that actually made all of this possible. So with all that being said, I don't even know if anyone's going to watch this in full. I don't even know if this is worthy putting out on the internet, but I just wanted to share my journey because I missed out. I could have been somebody. But now I'm just a crypto YouTube clown who runs an IT web development company on the side. What are you going to do? Like I said, hang around long enough, just keep trying, putting in the gritty efforts, and then maybe I'll be somebody someday.